evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop issue number 35. How are you all doing tonight? Thank you all for being here early on. I would say, in your case, on time. So thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. Let's acknowledge some faces here. Okay, let's see here. We're gone. FKT 2.5. Madhouse Retro Gaming, who says, how does one get a guest spot periodically on here? Well, we're currently not looking for anyone new for a weekly thing, but you want to come on here next week? Shoot me a message. We'll talk. You want to come on here? I'd love to have you on here, brother. Let me know. I would love to. Vince! What's up, Vince? The great Vince Womack. Once the king of Gilded. The great Vince Womack. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Stephen M. Hello, Penny. How's it going, Penny? Can you talk a little about Star? Dude, we did a while back. We can do it again. We can do it again, man. Jonathan Conroy. What's going on, Jonathan? Nice to see you here. Of course, guys, we are on Rumble. Vince Womack and Madhouse Retro are there. Let me plop that link as well in the YouTube chat so you guys can, well, be in two places at once, because that's a cool thing to be in, well, two places at once. I like to think so, right? I like to think so. Let's see here real quickly. We got Pablo with us because we won't have the Common Nerd and we will not have Fender with us tonight. So it's going to be me, Pablo, and most likely Casser. But you know what? That's good because we can carry the conversation. We got this. Is that right, Pablo?
Howdy ho! Before we do anything else, just let me know if you hear the next thing.
You say if I hear the next... And also,
okay, you didn't hear. Okay, the mute button works again.
Good.
Nice.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Dude, it has been quite a week. I will say a lot of the Caitlyn Kennedy going away party, then the she's not going away after party was a bit of
suck.
Yeah.
We can be honest here. It sucked. Everything about it sucked.
At this point, I'm not even looking for hope. There's no hope. I don't think you can revive Star Wars, at least not right now. It needs to take a long time. You need to do a lot of changes on the canon and basically leave only the movies, the original movies and the prequels as canon, and everything else goes. And well, maybe you can resurrect it in 10 15 years. Right now it just needs to die, and I'm really sad to be rooting for just Caitlyn Kennedy to get out of the building and they just to close the building, and that's it.
Oh, I know, right? No, dude, I know. For me personally, I have known this was gonna not happen a while ago. The amount of will she, won't she, I just don't buy any of the rumors. I don't. I know people say, oh, well, she's in big trouble. Is she, though? Let's be real here. Is she? No. Yeah. She's not in trouble. If she were, she would have been fired because she has every right reason to be in trouble. This is the most played out conversation. Now, I'll admit, I was an initial believer back in 2020. I think, to be fair, I think I had a justified reason considering the way Mando season 2 ended. But when you look at 5 years later, it is beyond insane to think that there's somehow a chance. Come on. It's not going to happen. You know what? I've made peace with that. And you know what? That means we can enjoy good Star Wars on this channel. That's what that means, pal. We'll have to, because of that, we're going to make a commitment maybe to talk some EU Star Wars maybe within the next month just to kind of balance the equation. What do you think?
Oh, I will love it. I have been revisiting a bit of the 4K, not really remaster, is not a remake. Basically, they compile all the good quality silver screen film that they can get for all the movies. And I don't know if you have seen Project 77, that is just basically Star Wars, the original Star Wars, as was seen on the cinemas the day it released, with every detail, with everything in good 4K, is absolutely fantastic. If you can get it, I know you can get it. Just download it, and is watching Star Wars in maybe the best way you could ever get, unless they actually do an IE full remaster where they can mix every grain of film, doing 12K and everything, just to make the
Mm-hmm.
film look absolutely spot on.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best that you can get,
Mm-hmm.
and
Dude, that sounds
it's
fucking
free.
awesome.
Yeah, it's just fans that wanted to make them better, and just the 4K DVD sock for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what a shock! You don't
Yeah,
say.
is
Raising hand. But yes, no, I have no. I've ever just had the unaltered originals of good old VHS.
dude, it's basically that. But instead of VHS, you get the film that they played on the cinemas, on the theaters when the movie just
Oh,
released. So
oh, that's
it's
glory.
crisp, it's perfect, exactly. And I know there's VHSs for the original print of the
Mm-hmm.
movie for home release, and those were unaltered.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of releases after that that actually have some alterations,
Mm-hmm.
or the master had some issue, so you get the same issue in the tape that you got. And especially if you go after 96,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of bullshit, because obviously the special releases, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But just if you want to flavor original good old Star Wars,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Project 77 is, dude, is just absolutely fantastic. I'm in love with what they got. I'm in love with the quality of everything, including the music. They made it sound fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Is is the way to watch Star Wars if you want to watch a Star Wars right now. Sadly, the reason why I got to watch it this week, it was because I needed some screenshots to add to the video about Caitlyn Kennedy leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you watch my Twitter that day. I just
I,
say,
I, I do. I do
yeah,
actually. I do.
that's no retirement, and that's it. As far as I know, November is when she had to actually talk about her contract renewal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Her contract ends this year, or
And she'll just renew it. Dude, she's like Bob
yeah, yeah,
Iger.
yeah, yeah,
How
yeah,
many times has Bob Iger said, you know what, I'm gonna step down or and pass on to someone else? And then he ends up sticking around longer. She's just Bob Igering this. Has everyone
yeah.
forgotten how Bob
She's not
Iger
going
has done
away.
that several times?
She's not going away, and that's exactly my point. There's no way that's retirement either.
Mm-hmm.
She gets fired, and she gets 8 months to or 6 months to get a replacement working in the job.
Mm-hmm.
That is a possibility, but is like a 3% possibility. The other is she is already tired
Mm-hmm.
and she wants to retire. That's another 3%.
Mm-hmm.
The other 94% is well, she likes the money, she's staying.
Well, of course. I mean, to be, I can't believe I song I'm going to be defending her, but if she has the money and they accept her failure, I get
Mhm.
why she's going to be taking it. I hate making light of her, but I get it why. I get it. It's like, okay, I'm fucking all this up and you're still paying me really good. Well, shit, I have no incentive to change my behavior.
Yeah, basically.
I can't believe it's true, but hey, it is true. All right, I want to acknowledge our faces here. Extra one came in. Hannibal Graham, how you doing? John Edgar, what's up? Steve Mitchum, Davita Duckworth, how's it going? Steven Martin. Really quick, I saw a comment here. A few noble ones. Matt House said, any thoughts on Rogue the Savage Land #2? Haven't read it. Haven't really read Modern Marvel. I do remember seeing some of the cover for it, and it did look, let's just say, exceptional. I haven't heard anything yet. I probably asked my buddy Wes on that one because the cover definitely looks like it was something that might be of, let's just say, the male gaze per se. So I'll have to look into it though. KK and Never being troll, Stephen and Kel, Orbit. That's right. So, and yeah, and she probably does. Now this I do believe. I do believe she definitely. We have said many times on Mead, she knows where the bodies are buried. Steve. Yes, and then Vince said, I can send you the THX. Oh, dude, I think I have the VHSs of those. I think, but you're welcome to send it to me anyway. You're welcome to do that. I will not stop you at all. Seriously, strip. Guys, once again, last time. This is the last chance, the last night. And if you've already done it and you already feel like you've done enough, that's fine. If you haven't, you just want to stick around, cool too. You're welcome here. Tonight is the last night, the last chance at the dance on getting Nick Weiser to Vegas. And for those keeping score at home, I am over 75% of the way there. Over 75% of the way. And remember when I said ID hit 400? I'm over 300. If you want to be like technical with it, like 305. I have a chance. All I'm saying is I have a chance. So if you want to help contribute to the Vegas cause, that would be great. If not, thank you for being here. And I appreciate you all still the same way I did before. So this is the last night we are doing this. But let's carry on our conversation, Pablo. I just want to put our chat on notice.
Yeah,
and yes, Steve, we'll be talking real soon.
I just want to say 75% is a really good number. 100% is even a better number.
Oh, yeah. Glorious, right? The best number. So
it's a huge number.
Believe it. I can't believe it. It's actually looking like it's a reality. It's like, holy crud. It actually can happen. Like it's really wild because I know Gary announced the date for the meetup and I did the RSVP and I'm already looking at the dates when I want to arrive and then leave. So it's going to be a bit of a whirlwind, but I'm going to do my damn best to make that whirlwind work.
Oh, it will be awesome.
Yeah, right. Steve's like, please don't get Nick to Vegas. Yes,
yeah, exactly.
I can almost taste it. I can almost say, Hannibal Grimace, when is Vegas again? April 17th is the meetup on that Thursday. It is the weekend that WWE WrestleMania 41 is at. So they're cashing in on the WrestleMania weekend. So if there's any WWE fans in the chat, you might see a few of the superstars walking around or maybe even playing at the casinos because they're supposed to be there all week because apparently they're doing Raw and SmackDown and Mania all in Vegas that week. So you'll probably see a lot of really jacked men and women there. And that's exactly why you are. And I hear Mike Tyson's supposed to be at the WrestleCon. If I go, I got to try to meet Mike Tyson at WrestleCon. Hey, dude, you've done more than your part, man. You got nothing new. You don't even need to explain yourself, Steve. No, you don't even need to do that. That's great that you did, but you didn't even have to, man. I can't wait to hang out with you. I can't wait to hang out with Steve Mitchum. That's like one of the main missions between him and Eric K. They're like, honestly, it's like the Nerdrotic media is gonna be awesome, but then there's Eric K and Steve Mitchum. And that's the granddaddy of them all is hang out those two fine, bona fide gentlemen. That's the real prize. The real prize. I can't wait. Yeah, those two and Zach's. Those like that's the Holy Trinity right there. The Holy Trinity. See, Steve, you're part of the Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity. But anyways, will Eric? Yeah, oh yeah, he will be there, Steve. Eric K will be there. He will be there. And trust me, him and I were talking earlier today. We're texting. And yeah, he will. He's going to be around. I've met Eric before, and I haven't seen him in the flesh in almost 4 years. So when I do most likely do this Vegas thing, this is going to be blah, 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 blah. My first time in 4 years and probably my last time, unless I wake up and I hit like lots of money. We'll just say lots of money. This is probably gonna be my last time doing Vegas for at least quite a few years. So I want to really make sure while I'm down there for my time, I want to make this count and hang out with Zax and Steve and Eric would really make that the thing. How is that possible? Who will mod for all the channels if he's in Vegas? Trust me, he still does. He still does. I remember we were at a Funny Vegas 2021. It was me, Matt from Foulball, and Eric K. We went to a pool area at a really nice hotel, went swimming, and we drank alcohol out of watermelons. These were really expensive, like $40 drinks, and they were really delicious. And trust me when I say he was still doing mod work. I was there. I was there at the pool area drinking alcohol out of a watermelon. Yes, Eric does still do it. In case you're wondering, he still does it. I seen it in person. He still does it. How was that?
Nice.
Oh, that's how I know it's model because I've seen the proof. You can't deny that the proof is in the Belgian chocolate pudding. Eric K makes it happen, and I will be there to help make it happen. I will aid and abide by it. Trust me.
He's a man of dedication.
Oh, I know.
You gotta admire that.
I do. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. So, okay. Anyways, you know what? While we're on the talks of current show, there's one that definitely seems to be of the nature of, okay, hey, we got to keep our eye on this one. Pablo, I think you know what I'm getting at. If not, I will just get straight to the point and say Daredevil Born Again. That's obviously next week.
Yeah.
What are you feeling going into the show? Because I do feel like this is important, and I do feel like it is comic related because apparently this is the first thing in many years where they're trying to be respectful to comic books. And so that's why I feel like this is a necessary topic for tonight. What are you feeling about this?
At the moment, I'm reading again, Born Again. I'm at this point. I'm on Purgatory. No, I passed Purgatory. So each of the thumbs on Born Again is called differently. I'm issue 4 or 5, something like that. Well, is a wonderful story.
Oh,
It's
it's so good.
incredible.
So good.
It's, the level of intensity on every page, the quality of. Okay, I will be blunt. There's a scene where Matt Murdock goes and tries to beat the Kingpin, and the Kingpin just pulverizes him, and then continues his methodical approach to destroy Matt's life. So he beats him in every way possible. Daredevil actually is absolutely destroyed here. And that's an intensity that is needed for the story because you are having this process of a Daredevil actually becoming this beast at the end that you didn't have before. And I know they are not doing this Born Again. Actually, they tried to do that on.
They did elements of it for season 3. They did.
Exactly.
Basically, you could call it a loose adaptation, if you will.
But there's still ways that they can add a lot of the plot lines on Born Again into a series, and because of the tension and the way that you manage the characters, there's not much fight. Is more of an evaluation on Matt Murdock's descent into chaos and madness.
Yeah, I would love to see that. And apparently they're still adapting some elements from the core Born Again story, which I'm thinking, okay, which one? Because we've already seen a lot of essential ingredients from the season 3 show. But to be fair, maybe there could be something that they haven't done. Maybe it's like maybe we did have a bit of we had a Karen Page version, more of a backstory, but not a present day full on drug addict. Maybe that could be the element they're going for. I don't know. I'm glad that they brought her and Foggy Nelson back. So I am happy with that part, that they made sure with reshooting the show, they really want to make sure not to fuck this up. And before I continue on Daredevil, what's up, Conan and Ginger Ninja? I want to know what other elements could they still go for, because I know that with this show also, they're definitely adapting elements of the Mayor Fisk story. Yep. So when All New, All Different Marvel became a thing 10 years ago, probably one of the few, if not the only, good, if not great comics coming out of Marvel was Daredevil. And at that time, that was written by Charles Soule. And he did this storyline called Mayor Fisk, where the Kingpin became the mayor of New York City. And you got that angle involved, and he got this villain involved in the story who's from the Charles Soule run named Muse. And Muse, he went by the nickname, the comic Vincent Van Gogh. He's a deranged artist who does really gory things with human bodies, and he makes decorations out of them. And I'll tell you, that's a really dark and intense villain. And I will say, I don't know how much they're going to max that intensity, but they definitely got his appearance down pat. Like, they absolutely went comic accurate for his suit from what they showed about. If you saw in the trailer, there was that guy who had like the black beanie and the white face and the eyes, in the white suit. That's Muse right there. So that's so they're clearly taking. They're just like, okay, so a little bit of Mayor Fisk, a little bit of the actual Born Again story. Then we got Muse going on. So we got a few different things. So it's like there's a mixture of 3 things going on, and they're gonna make that season 4. Okay. I hope that this story is as self-contained as. Whoa,
dude! Wait. Well, Nick, I think you're going to Vegas. Jake D.
Jake,
long time no see.
That was not supposed to be a hint. That was just letting you know what was. Jake D for $100. Woo!
Nice.
Holy crud! That.
It's like winning. I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have 1 speed. I have 1 gear. Go.
Jake D for $100. He said, heard you needed a C note for Vegas. See you there, brother. Holy crap. I thought, okay, I'll probably make like 50, 60. I think I can pitch after 20, 30 bucks, whatever. I can do that. I'm not a cheap ass. But no, Jake just comes in here, drops 100s, like, your ass is going, Nick. You don't have a choice. And I'm going to make sure it's the full 100. Holy crud. This is real. It's real.
Viva Las Vegas.
All right, Jake, I'll see you there. I'll be texting you, man. Thank you for the $100. That is
nice.
Insane. Wow. That I gotta have a Ric Flair clip to that, because woo, man, that is insane. That, yeah, no excuses. No excuses. Wow, I'm in awe. What were we talking about again? Daredevil. Oh, I'm buying Jake D a drink, and it's gonna be the best drink. Buy me a beer at the mirror. Oh, I'm gonna make that too. All right, and I'm gonna make that the best beer. So whatever's the best beer, it's fucking yours, Jake. All right, and you can hold me to that. All right, you will not outrun when I get you those 2 drinks, and I'm good for it. I've hooked a brother up with drinks before. I will damn sure do it again. Oh boy, nice. Vegas! We're so on for Vegas. I know that line's been used lately. We're so back. we're fucking back, bro. Anyways, yes, it will be huge and it will be diabolical, and I will make sure I stream from Vegas. Daredevil born again. So yeah, 2 episodes premiere. It's supposed to be 9 episodes. Originally, the show was supposed to be 24 or 21 episodes. Dude, and that was before they had already finished like 6 or 7 episodes, and that's when they
Oh
started.
yeah, they
over.
started over. Yeah.
Man, dude. It's almost like it makes me wonder, like, I wonder if this show, let's just say it ends up being good. I almost want to know what this other stuff was that they can. Like, I know Vincent D'Onofrio kind of hinted at it with there's a little bit of a lighter, more comedic angle, but I want to know, was it going full Mark Waid on it? Because I'm sure you at least know of the infamous Mark Waid run that really neuter the Daredevil comic book. I'm sure you, even if you haven't read it, I'm sure you're at least aware of it.
Wow. Dude. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your thoughts in.
Yeah, I have a lot of worries. One is that they did exactly that. They added comedy. And Daredevil, at least in this kind of story, doesn't really need comedy. Because if you release the tension, you lose the main hook for the plot. The tension itself is what keeps you reading, keeps you wanting to know exactly what's going to happen, how is this going to end, how this torture is going to end. And it's quite difficult to get that on a series when you have a franchise that is known for quips every 5 minutes. So that could actually take a lot from the story. And then if you go to what they did to the character, what they did to Daredevil for a long time, it was just turn him into an absolute joke, especially on god damn it, on She-Hulk. She-Hulk was the way that they wanted to present Matt Murdock and Daredevil to Disney. So I have a lot of worries there. But
well, you know about what's going on, that they're not acknowledging anything
exactly.
from the show, which is good. Which is good.
Exactly. If they know that fans hate what they did with the character, the only good thing that they did was on No Way Home when he catches the brick. That is the only good or the only acceptable level of comedy that you can use Daredevil for. Right? The character
I mostly agree. Like, I feel like you can use it very loosely. It shouldn't be like let's just say it should be like a slapstick angle, but you could have small moments where Daredevil can do something. Like, I'll give you an example from the Charles Soule run. He threw a hammer at a bad guy, the hammer that a judge uses in court. And he took the hammer and he went to bash a guy, and he threw the hammer and he got the thug right in the nose. And then Daredevil's like, oh no, he's like, that right on the nose. Heh. And all of a sudden he kept fighting, and it was like a stop and laugh. He just kind of like, he said it in passing, and it kept continuing straight.
It's a one-liner during the fight.
Yeah, it didn't take away from the moment or the intensity. He was still in an intense fight in the courtroom because a fight broke out, and it was cool to see that it was a really quick moment. And it's almost like, if you're not someone who even doesn't catch on to puns, you may have even kind of like not even thought about it. So it's one of those things where you had to like really pay attention and catch it.
Yeah, it's exactly that, and that's my other worry. Will they be able to catch the tone? Will they be able to? Again, the only good application that they had is that on No Way Home, because it gives them a way to set up the character as badass while having some levity, and that did work. But if you have him throwing joke after joke, it
Oh,
loses
yeah.
its meaning.
That's not Daredevil. I
Yeah.
agree.
By the way,
Okay.
you should
I got
check.
super chats.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll acknowledge I got 2 of them. So Nick the
Mhm.
Greek, what's up, dude? He says for $4.99, nothing. He just jumps in here, and that's it. Thank you, dude. Ginger Ninja, really quick, says, do you see Alan from Phil Flint said about the first episode? I did not. But I do see that you donated to me 1,000 Japanese dollars, I think. I'm sorry, I'm not smart with
Jen.
my currency. I'm retarded. Says, wish I could join you in Vegas, but here's a drink on me. I wish I could join you, man. You're going to Anaheim. But hey,
Come
you're going to
by.
kill in Anaheim. You're going to do great. Yen. Thank you, Vince. I got Vince here to make sure keep me in check. Thank you, Ginger. Miss you, man. All right. And Gate of Marvel. How you doing, buddy? Says, I thought you were talking about Johnny Gate. Hey, Nick. Hey, gang. What's up, Gate of Marvel? There's one other comment earlier. Oh, Vince. 24 episodes finally returned to a proper season length. Now, yeah, you know what? I want to add something to that because Vince hit on something really important on that comment because one of my issues, even with Daredevil Netflix, and this is something I apply to all the Marvel Netflix shows, even the best shows, if I had one consistent complaint throughout all the shows, from its highs to its mids to its lows, I felt like I hated the idea that every show had to be not only 13 episodes, but at least an hour. For me, that bugged the crap out of me because there are some episodes where it felt like kind of nothing happened at all. It doesn't mean that it was anything bad. It was just more of a like you could have taken an episode or 2 out and it would not affect this show. Like for me, the best example would probably be the first season of Jessica Jones. I still feel like it was obviously a strong show, especially that first season by far and the stars. For me, it's like an 8.5 out of 10. But you know what, for me, what brought it down up to like a 9 or a 9.5 was trimming it down 2 or 3 episodes. I like that this show is going to be 9 episodes because that tells me this is not trying to be 800 episodes. It doesn't need to be 13, doesn't need to be 19, 24. 9 to me feels really lean. This is like almost like an old school metal album where we're not here to overstay our welcome. We're gonna be under this amount of time. We're gonna be in, we're gonna be out, and then boom, the show is done. And that's how it should be. It doesn't need to have X amount. No, there are some shows where having that amount of episodes does work for. I'm fine with that, but this whole idea of where every show has to have it, because I do know it was a mandate from Netflix to do that for Marvel. It was. That's why every one of those shows was 13 because it's a mandate. I don't like that mandate because then you're telling me that it has to be this. Well, not sure some shows can, but why all? So this is why I like the number 9 here. This tells me that we are cutting straight into it, and they're assuming that a lot of people who are watching this most likely watched the first 3 seasons. And I was obviously one of those guys, and I've been a Daredevil fan since early comic days, and I'm still going back and reading I'm going to be rereading the Core Born again because I'm getting a video I'm going to record Monday, I think Monday morning afternoon, where I'm going to do the top 5 comics to read before you get into Daredevil Born Again. And it's going to be, some of it's going to be based on what the show is going to have, and then also 2 of some of my favorite comics that are kind of cool one and done issues that I really enjoy that I feel like deserve some spotlight. So that's going to be a fun video. I mean, I love doing the big full-length videos. I could really dive into something that I'm passionate about, and Daredevil is one of my passions, so I can't wait to put that video. It'll probably be like a 20-minute video type of deal. I can't wait. So yeah, going for those types of videos is fun, and I will not say all the comics that I'm going to be touching about, but if you've been paying attention to this conversation, you may have already heard a title or 2 mentioned, and that's a hint towards what will be on this video. Just saying.
Nice.
Yes, and I'm with you, Steven. Cobra Kai, 6th season. It had a great spot to start and then stop, and it's done. And our lives are better for it. And we got an ending that felt like an ending, and a definitive ending. Wasn't trying to set up something else. Could there be something else down the line? Sure, fine, whatever. but doesn't let this show stand on its own 2 feet. And it did. It did. This is not complicated. It's almost like the Cobra Kai people straight up get it. They really get it. We can all
You
have our
know,
debates on which seasons were better or weaker. Fine.
Mhm.
See, those are the conversations we should be debating. We should be having those conversations. That's how it should be. Not about, oh, great, this show was welcome 5 seasons ago. That's conversations we shouldn't be having. But we're having debates now on which season was the best or the least good. I like when we're having the least good. What's up, Deeple? Go ahead, Pablo. I think
about
you're.
the length of the episodes.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe the expectation that we had with Netflix was that we were free from networks. That
Mm-hmm.
means that they don't have the restriction on you must do this amount of episodes, this amount of length, because we need either 23 or 44 minutes of length, so we can sell spots on the ads, and that's it. That's your job,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of series had bottle episodes and such, because they needed padding to add instead of going on the core story, so they could fulfill the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix had a different outline. They had some episodes that were an hour, some series that had episodes that were 20 minutes, and it worked really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But with Marvel, as you said, they had the mandate, so they had to do 13 episodes. Well,
Mm-hmm.
now they are on Disney Plus, and on Disney Plus, they don't have many restrictions. We have seen some series from 5 episodes to I think 16 episodes is the longest one.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. What matters is that that means that they have a lot of freedom on how to use the time economy.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that they suck at it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of their series are too slow.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter if you have more compact episodes that are 25, 26 minutes each episode, because you are not using them well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's my complaint, outside of the quality of the story and everything on the Disney Plus TV series,
Mm-hmm.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or any of the other series. Uh, they are short, the episodes are short, but they are boring as hell.
Oh my goodness. And that's a proof right there that even when a show has short episodes, there can still be problems too. That you just validated that argument into the conversation, Pablo, when you have 9 episodes and they're short and it's still a waste of time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it shows you once again everything works according to what seems to work at the time, at that specific moment in time. There's not a one size fits all form. And this is something it seems like Netflix and a lot of other channels, it just in history, to be fair, this has happened kind of throughout history. You don't apply this one size fits all formula to everything. You just don't
Yeah.
do that. It doesn't work like that. You need to see what does the story call for. Stop thinking about your obligations, because that's your downfalls when you think about obligations. Yes, you'll have some things that'll kind of push through the obligations. Exceptions to the rule are a thing, but overall, you need to just let what works for that show or movie at that time work for that show or movie at that time. Okay, we got a super chat again from Just Joe 96. He's not 47. He's 96 now. He says for $5. He is for the cause. Also, Chuck Norris's Invasion USA is still the second best Christmas movie ever. Clobby forever, man of stool. I agree. Well, thank you, Joe,
Clobby
for that
forever, man.
$5. I'm glad to see her. I was just thinking about you the other time. I wonder how Just Joe 47 is doing. I haven't heard from him in a while. But good to hear from you, buddy. And also, welcome to the show, Vinny Whitlock. I can't tell
Hello.
if that's the Ultimate Warrior or if that's Nikki Six on your avatar or someone else. Or maybe it's both. I don't know. But welcome to the show. Enjoy your stay. Get yourself a fine beverage as we talk a little bit about Daredevil and all that good stuff. Gotta go with the obvious Die Hard number one for a long time. No, yeah. Well, yeah, of course that's number one. But dude, come on, Invasion USA still a killer Chuck
I don't
Norris
know.
movie.
I like Die Hard 2 as a Christmas movie better. I
What?
don't know.
I like Die Hard 2. I like Die Hard 2. I just feel like there's something about one that just exceeds it. But I like 2. I think it's a good movie. I feel like it does get maybe a bit too much flack. I'll agree on that. As far as the overall movies, I feel like one is just vastly superior. But I'm not going to knock on 2 as a bad movie because I think that would be crazy to consider it as such. I think that's just blasphemy to say that.
Two
I,
invents the formula. One didn't really have a formula, had a method, but not a formula.
mhm,
Two establishes the formula.
mhm,
Three works with the formula. The issue is that from Die Hard 4 onwards, they
mhm,
miss the plot on the formula. They have cool scenes like using a car to destroy an helicopter. That was
mhm.
really cool. I think that's on which Die Hard is not a number movie, is one of the other Die
Live
Hard
Free
movies.
was number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Live
Uh,
Free is number 4. Then A Good Day was number 5. A Good Day to Die Hard was number 5 because I remember it came out
oh,
on
there. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Valentine's Day. I remember.
That's the one where they use a car to destroy an helicopter. That was a good scene. There's a lot of good scenes, but Die Hard uh, 2 and 3 had this absolutely perfect formula that works really well with me.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe the only other movie that could replicate that perfectly is The Last Cowboy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's it. So yeah, I don't know. I like uh, Die Hard 2 better as a Christmas movie.
Okay, this was a great line. Another basement, another elevator. How can the same shit happen to the same guy twice? No, that was a great line of self awareness. Just saying, great, outstanding line of self awareness. Now, there's a lot of strong elements of Die Hard too. I'll say that. I will say that. I gotta give it a rewatch. I do gotta give that good old rewatch. See where I stand at
Oh,
because
for sure.
I'm still one, two, pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty much, and I do like With a Vengeance, but I do feel like 2 is better than 3, even though 3 has a lot of strong things about it as a movie, but it's less of a Die Hard movie, but a very good action movie. That's where my argument comes in. That's got to be a conversation for another day. But yeah, the Die Hard conversation, you could do a whole show on that. That's a show unto itself. But anyways, for Daredevil Born Again, um, so we broke all over the episodes, bringing it down. A show like this benefits from the shorter episodes. I'm glad Foggy and Karen are back. Where are you at on that with Foggy and Karen? And also, I can't believe they initially recasted Vanessa Fisk. What the fuck were they thinking originally? They had the perfect lady for the part. Why would you change that?
Uh, I don't know. I don't even think it's about money because she's not a top star. So
No, she's
yeah.
not. She's quality, but she's not like this
Oh,
big
she's great.
household name either.
Dude, season 1 of Daredevil,
Mm-hmm.
she is great.
Yeah, she's a very great twisted lady. Like you see and hear her, you're like, wow, she is a freaking evil witch, man. And that's what she's supposed to do. She delivers in the part. She really does, and
Mhm.
I love her performance because of it.
That, by the way, if we get a reference to that season 1, Kingpin watching to the wall scene,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of good that you can take from those seasons,
Mm-hmm.
get them into this season, get the quality assured
Mm-hmm.
in this
Mm-hmm.
production. About they getting back the cast from the original series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I will expect because they had chemistry on screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
you can recast, but why recast when you have good chemistry, right?
Yeah, right? For real. For real, man. I agree.
Yeah.
Strongly agree. Hot damn, Pablo, on that
The
one. No. You have great chemistry between Wilson, Vanessa. Then of course you had great chemistry between the actors who are Foggy and Karen and Matt. That was
Foggy and Matt
I'm
are great on
oh
the
dude,
original
right?
series.
What
Foggy
a
and Matt are
pairing.
great.
So good. So good. And I can't believe they actually had the audacity to have the show be without them. They really, between recasting Vanessa Fisk and then having no Foggy and
Mhm.
Karen.
especially
Bro.
especially because if you are doing Born Again, you have those moments of Matt going against Foggy, thinking
Mhm,
that maybe he's a traitor, maybe he's not in the right mind state. But
mhm,
when he is falling off, there's a lot of scenes where he actually talks with Foggy on his head,
mhm, mhm,
like the one where he calls to the line, the the clock line, the line that tells you the hour,
mhm,
and he just believes that he's talking with Faggy and he's friends with Faggy still. So those moments work great because you had that chemistry on the pages, and in the series you had that chemistry between Faggy and Murdoch. So, and my expectation, if they are doing exactly the same beats, or at least they are keeping with the most important beats, they will have this fall down between Faggy and Murdoch that is really good, because it shapes how Murdoch reacts to the world, because Faggy is his friend.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Faggy is his anchor to reality. And it's really fun to see that when he's drifting away, he's still trying to reach that anchor. It's, again, Born Again. If you haven't read it, read it. It's really good.
Maybe we should talk a little bit about that. Madhouse
Yeah.
Retro, I don't know if you're out there, but maybe for the month of March, we should pick a show where we talk about that because I would love to talk about that comic book. And I've already talked about it on shows, but I would damn sure love to do it again. What's up, Dash Attack? How you doing, buddy? It's Colby time. Happy Friday to you, my man. Thank you for dropping in. Deeple says one thing I find super in the Affleck Daredevil is Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin. I don't know if I'm lying. I don't feel that way,
Hmm.
but I can see why you would. Michael Clark Duncan had a great performance in the movie. I'd
Yeah,
say he's probably the
exactly.
best thing about the movie. I don't find him superior to Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, but I did enjoy him, and he was the best thing. Especially that director's cut is really good too. I have some issues with that theatrical cut, but that director's cut does improve a lot of stuff. You can never improve Jennifer Garner's Elektra. You can never improve that scene at the park with those two. There's a lot of things you can never
I love
fix,
that
but there's a
scene.
lot of stuff that director's cut does fix. And Deeple 101 says they're combining. There's tons of collected editions, dude. Easy. And it's really affordable too. It's not
Mhm.
expensive. Tons of trade paperbacks, hardcovers. It's just literally Daredevil Born Again. And
The
it's based off of
recoloring.
issues from the core Daredevil series. It's
Okay,
like what, 8 issues, 9 issues?
I think it's 9 issues, but there's a version that comes from 2013, I believe, that the
Mm-hmm.
recoloring is bright, is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, but it fucks up the pages because it doesn't follow any of the original colors. They just go
Mm-hmm.
with bright pinks and shit like that. And the quality of what they are trying to do is good.
Mm-hmm.
The palette color is shit, and they should feel bad about it. Is all I will say. So if you can get the original release, better. If not, yeah, there's a compilation. The 2013 one has the recoloring, and the recoloring is what recoloring normally is in Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They are not smart about that.
I just looked. We were right on the money. It's around 8 issues. I was like, I knew it's 2 something through 233. It's 226 through 33. I didn't want to jump the gun, but yeah, and that's basically that. Those issues are basically the ending of Frank Miller's run on Daredevil. And he did. I think he did like an issue or two sporadically after that. But as far as the main proper ending of his run on Daredevil for Frank Miller, that was it, because after that, it's followed up by Ann Nocenti, who she had like a 40 or 50 issue run on Daredevil herself. Now, she's obviously known for creating Typhoid Mary. She brought on John Romita Jr. as an artist on the series as well. There's also a great Christmas issue, probably one of my favorite issues of that run as well from Ann Nocenti. So definitely, that's where you want to get into that Depot 101. And what's up, DJ Play Nice? He says, rock! I agree, man. Rock indeed. I like the Rumble chat on Rumble is really killing it. Really killing it. Thank you. Thank you guys for being on both platforms between YouTube and Rumble. I love to see that shit. Yeah, I'm feeling good going into it. 2 episodes. I really hope it hits a home run, because this is my first, I guess you could say, modern show on my channel. I'll be talking about in about 4 years. Because think about it. I've not really covered modern for the most part. There's been like bits and pieces of it, but as far as really getting serious about it, I haven't gotten serious about it in many years.
You did a couple of videos on WandaVision, and after
And that was
that,
4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
dude.
Yeah, right. It's already been that long. So I'm like, this will determine whether I cover this show in full, these first 2 episodes. If these first 2 episodes get my attention, I will do a weekly live show on Wednesday nights talking about the 7 episodes after, for up until when the show concludes on Wednesday night. So these first 2 episodes are the litmus test. So I wanted to deliver, because what I'd like to do is, if this show delivers with the first 2 episodes, for episodes 3 through 9, I like to do a weekly show on Wednesday nights. And with that Wednesday, I'd like to have different panelists each night. And it'll be 1 to 2 other guys. Like, let's just say one night might be like you and Price of Reason. And another night, another week after, it'll be like, I don't know, Ironcaster and Comics Division. I'd do something really cool like that. So I'd have the really unusual mixes. Now, it could end up being those guys. It could be different, but you get my drift.
Yeah.
I want to make it really I want to keep it small, self-contained shows. And maybe if once the show's good, go big for the last episode, have a full-on panel. Something like that. I think that'd be cool to do that. Just saying.
I think it's a really good idea. I just want the show to deliver. That's everything I need. Is exactly what's going on with Superman at the level of movies is happening with Daredevil at the level of shows. Superhero shows, especially because of the CW, has been really, really bad. The only exception is Superman. That was quite good, but didn't get enough audience to actually merit any newsworthy episode or anything, because, well, basically people didn't give a shit because it was the CW, right?
No.
And thanks to Disney Plus, superheroes on TV are basically dying. Daredevil can bring them up exactly the same way as Superman can bring back superhero movies that are also dying. And a good Superman movie will reignite the passion for the genre. In TV, Daredevil is the hope. So,
yeah, it has the spark to light the fire, and we will find out. We will find out if it does. It's gonna be really interesting to see how this goes. And remember, if it ends up being good, man, you're welcome to come on. We'll work out an episode for you to pop on. We'll make it work. What else would one expect from the cringe woke? That's the thing. I do feel like this might be the exception, That's one thing I'm at with this. I could be wrong, and we could end up hating. I could be trashing episodes 1, 2 next week, and then we never talk about it again. That could happen too. But something tells me this is going to be the exception to the rule, especially since they started over from scratch. And Vincent D'Onofrio has said, and this is obviously not literally word for word, so I'm paraphrasing, but an idea that we knew this was not the right direction
I
originally for
just
the show.
know.
So he did make it clear that this is the direction that they were going with. And I also know Ginger Ninja said Alan from Film Fair watching. Now, I don't know where Alan's tastes are in shows or movies, whether I would or would not agree with him. I hope that, assuming that he does have good taste, I hope that he did enjoy it.
Dude, I just know if the series sucks, we will get, at least from Midnight Edge and from a couple of channels, to covers and headlines like Daredevil Dead Again.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It's either they go and they knock it out of the park, that I'm really hoping for, because the cast is good. Some of the people that are in the production are good, not everybody, but there's enough goodwill. We have seen some really good scenes. I have hopes, but if not, it's going to be funny as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For me, I will talk about it once if it sucks, and I will probably only talk about it for Midnight's Edge, and that's it.
Yep.
I will not go for it. I enjoy my life. Life is too short for me to go on with something that I initially hate and just finish it just to finish it. This show needs to deliver. Otherwise, I will not hesitate not continuing. I straight up will not. I'm beyond at the point where it doesn't matter to me if I don't continue. So if
Yeah,
I get
but
to continue, my life is better for it. So this
think
show
of the
has
jokes.
2 episodes to wow me.
Yeah, think of the jokes. How was Daredevil? You see, is like most blind dates that I have been in. We didn't see eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, what else can you do?
That was good. That was good. I like
What
that.
else can you do?
Oh,
You are
that was good, dude.
you either just make it a joke to hell and back because it's funny, or you accept that they destroyed another good character. And at this point, I prefer the jokes, man. I just
Oh
prefer
yeah,
the jokes.
we'll make it good jokes in case being if it ends up being not good. I'll have my jokes for my short stay with the show, but I would like to not have them just to enjoy some shit.
Yeah.
Vince says, "Should I finally get Superman 4 to complete the series? Leave it out because it's crap." Oh boy, if you're a completist, get it. If you're not a completist, fuck it, straight up. Seriously, like don't. I'm not one of those guys who is a completist. I used to be. I guess you can maybe argue that in some ways I'm still on, but certain things I'm not. There's some things where I'm like, okay, I want to complete this, but when something really goes severely to crap, I'm not going to do that. Like, I know guys at my comic shop who still buy Amazing Spider-Man, but they never talk about it. So my guess is when they don't talk about it, they put it in their bag and boards, put it in the long box, and they just are completing the numbered run. It's funny because it reminds me of Zeb Wells' polarizing run on the character. And no one talked about his comic. And yet it's been one of the better selling Marvel comic books of current year. And not one human being is talking about it. And I think we may have even covered that a year back. And it's still that way. I think, as far as I know, I think he wrapped up his time in the book. Will Joe Kelly be the same thing since he's the writer going forward? I don't know. He does have a good artist. I will give him that on the upcoming ASM relaunch. But I don't have any interest to check out, but I will give him credit. He has Pepe Larraz on there, who did Mark Miller's Big Game. And Mark Miller's Big Game was freaking awesome. And one of those reasons was because Pepe Larraz was such a killer artist. I love especially when he has the right colors. I've noticed there's certain colors his art doesn't seem as strong, but when he has a great colors, his shit really shines. So it really does. And what's up, TZ, bro? Wow. Yeah. How you doing, ma'am? Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. I hope your Friday's good. And Debo 101 gets a $5 Rumble rant.
Nice.
He says, I really want Daredevil Born Again to be good, and I've had enough of crap TV and crap movies. Even if I don't end up watching the shows, it's so much better to hear people talk about stuff they like rather than not. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Like, once again, if I'm watching something, like I do it for Tom, Midnight's Edge, I'll help him out. Comics Division, sure. But I don't feel the need to go on 100 different shows to talk about. I have my guys who I'll go on and talk about it for, but I don't want to talk about 100 million times. If I'm going to talk about it, it's going to be with a few guys in case I hate it. Now, if I love it, I'll like to go on as much shit as possible so I can be excited for it. So that's where I'm at with that. But, dude, thank you for the $5 Rumble rant, sir. Appreciate that Rumble. Hey, guys, 10 people on Rumble. I love it. Love that we got a little crowd going on Rumble. The Rumble side is growing. So that is fantastic. And thank you again, Depot, for the $5 Rumble rant. Well, Pablo, we're going to find out in a few weeks. And speaking of dudes, we got an Ironcaster here as well. Dude, we hit our goal. Nick Weiser's going to Vegas. JD came in. Remember JD?
Mm-hmm.
He came in here, dropped $100 super chat. 100.
Holy
what a psycho of a
shnikes.
great man that Jake D is. So I'm gonna have to hook him up with the fattest, most unhealthiest, delicious alcoholified drink ever because of that.
I'll drink to that.
Guess is like, I got to drink too. Oh man. Seriously, it's gonna be wild. Is JT here? I haven't seen JT. I haven't seen JT Kirk in our chat. It's JT. I see it says hail JT. I don't see JT Kirk. JT, you out there? JT, where are you? I don't see a JT. Well, if you're out there, hello to you. Hi, Caster. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's been, I've had yesterday today off. You would think that would mean I would have time to read comics, but no. Apparently, I've been busier than ever with life.
Trust me, I've been meaning to read Bloodruth #1, and I still haven't had a chance. I got the cover A and the black and white. The covers look great, by the way. I can't wait to read it. And I got my plushie. The plushie is great. Yeah, I got the plushie, so let me dig on myself. Cool. I'm really happy with the plushie. This is fucking awesome. Really happy with the plushie. I like how wild the hair is. So I'm definitely down on the plushie, official plush. Yeah, I'm probably got to get another because my kids will try to steal this one. And, well, I just can't allow that. I just can't allow that. So I can't wait to read the comic. I've been kind of trying to catch up on my comics, and that's my last two. One of my last two, between that one and my reread of Arcathena #1, which I have issue 2 on the way from Iconic Comics as well. And I know, obviously, the Great War of Separation concludes its collection tonight. So I can't wait for us to talk about that one in a few weeks. I can't wait. That stuff that will be a panel show for when we talk about the Great War of Separation. So I can't wait to talk about that between this and Jack. But I can't wait to read Bloodruth. It seems like it's gonna be a fucking crazy book. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be huge. Just saying. Yeah, right. Huge. It's gonna be huge. Nick said it. I believe it.
Dude,
it's always the best.
You are doing that voice, and I just saw on Twitter they have recreated, thanks to artificial intelligence, at the moment of the discussion between Trump and Zelensky, but instead they start punching each other.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, no. I feel no sympathy for the midget that is Zelensky. Yeah, I still haven't read my Alpha Core Ripazine. Dude, read them. I will say, I think I enjoyed Ripazine #1 more. I like the Salvage more. I know a lot of people seem to be liking Sersha more, but I'm going to be that guy and say, I prefer Salvage more. I'm going to be the contrarian. I'm going to be the contrarian. I like Salvage more. I do.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. For me, Salvage is, that guy speaks to me. He speaks to me. Maybe it must be the suit. It must be the suit. I like class, you know. That's where I'm like, I resonate more with that guy, and he's got hearing too, good hearing. I like man who can hear things when he needs to go be a detective out in the world. And his whole like old school like vibe, I really like it. He's really classy. He feels like
Daredevil then?
Huh?
Kind of a little bit of a Daredevil thing to him.
Yeah, in that regard, yeah, as far as the hearing goes, yeah, that's definitely a Daredevil trait. It's like if Daredevil got to be a legalized detective, yeah, that's a good way of looking at Daredevil. If he was not blind and he was a legalized detective, yeah, I like that angle. I really do like that angle. By the way, Nightclub 2, issue 6, this was a great finish. This was fucking crazy. So much mayhem and violence. If I didn't know Mark was writing this series, I could have swore it was the canon films of vampires. And if you don't know what that means, chat, by canon films of vampires, canon films is basically like where a lot of great movies like Invasion USA come from.
Yeah.
In canon films, you don't just die. You die and you die some more, and then you disintegrate. Like you could get shot 1,000 times, and after they shoot you 1,000 times, then they have to throw a bomb at you so your body straight up explodes. This comic was basically a absolutely mayhemic, shamelessly over the top ending. It says, "Fuck your realism. We're gonna swing for the fences." And Mark really, really hit the fence. Like there's some parts I was laughing like this is so crazy, and I love it. I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of, hell, this was not, it wasn't realistic. It wasn't artistic. And I'd be like, shut up! And I'm gonna be that way. I'm gonna tell them all, shut up, and then bitch smack them all. Because I had so much fun reading it. I know our buddy friend we're obviously
wait,
like, dude,
Nick,
awesome.
what you are saying is that the people behind the comic book authority were right and comics do cause violence?
Yeah, I guess so. Right there. I'm feeling compelled to cause violence because everyone wants to be a critic with it. It doesn't have a Death Wish 3 type of ending in terms of like the whole city coming together, but is there a lot of mayhemic, brutal violence like it? Yeah. There's faces that literally get, let's just say, shredded off by way of nails shredding face off. Yeah, Nightclub 2 really finished. I can't wait for Nightclub 3 to come out. I will be shocked if there's not a third one. But Mark and Juan Ramirez, they got a great thing going. He's a Brazilian artist. I'm hoping for most. I will say, Mark has had a really good way lately of finishing his stories. Like some people will say, maybe it was a little bit of struggle in the middle as far as his more recent output. But man, do his endings make up for it? You can say what you will about the middle, but man, his endings. And to me, that's where it counts the most, is the ending, because that's what people are going to remember. It's about that lasting impression. And Nightclub 2, oh, what an ass kicker. What a straight up, like, pedal to the metal, beat you in the head. I mean, when I think of, like, the gore-driven death metal bands like Cannibal Corpse, I'm thinking they want to be as fucking brutal as shit like this. They want to be. So, and that should be the shit that you aspire to. But yeah, there's bodies that straight up get smashed, like pancakes smashed. I won't say how, but I'm just like, yes, please be more chaotic. Who needs your rules? Screw your rules. I want everyone to just like, if you're gonna die, you gotta die. Like,
screw your rules.
Yeah. And yeah, this was seriously, it was a canon film comic. It really was. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Gav? It says Nightclub 2. Yeah, dude, they really, yeah, both of them, they really, so it seems like he read it. They both swung for the fences and they both hit a grand slam. They really did. Yeah, dude, Ness Rogues Galaxy, that was a hell of an ending because it travels into some really relevant recent territory in real life, and it makes it absolutely crazy. You're reading this like, bro, what the fuck? So yeah, his endings have been really strong. I'm happy we're in a world where we get these really bold, ambitious, abrasive endings because that should be how it is. My guess is he probably had a start and an ending, and that he was trying to figure out how to fill in the middle. I could be wrong. Could be wrong, but that's my theory. That's what I'm leaning on. So yeah, as far as weekly highlight, Nightclub 2 issue 6, man, fucking awesome. I can't wait to reread this miniseries because it was such a fun time, and with these kids too, Amy Chen, Sam, and Danny Ramirez. Cool kids, luchador masks, youthful like Spider-Man, have vampire powers. Really fun concept, and they really took them to a really scary spot with this. It's definitely the sequel that trumps the first. So beautifully well done with this one. And I can't wait till we get to talk about Huck Big Bad World in 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months. We'll be talking about Huck. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
Oh, dude, it's gonna come. Gonna come, and we can't do anything about it. We just got to let it happen, Pablo. I don't. Yeah, we just got to accept that it's gonna happen. It's one of those things where it's gonna be diabolical. It's straight up gonna be diabolical.
So what you are saying is that is coming and it's going to be all over our faces?
Probably. And you know what? It's time we come to grips with the reality of the beast. With this, we have to accept that the fate is real, and there's not a damn shit we can do about it. All right, what do you got in your hand? Should we embiggen you?
Well, this week I picked up 4 books, and unfortunately I haven't had a chance to delve into them yet. But it's mostly some back catalog stuff that I was like, I gotta get this. I love the cover, or maybe it's primarily the character. But without further ado, I'll show you off a couple of books I did pick up this week.
Okay.
Just because. So my shop, unfortunately, only got like their lunar stuff in, so they were only able to have like DC and Mad Cave, which isn't a problem because I got my new.
I gotcha, man. Okay, cool. Yeah,
which
I'm embiggen you.
Is always worth it, especially which has kind of this Galactus like look to him. Unfortunately, like the green screen's kind of playing with our character here, but yeah, it's just a great book to go to, especially with that kind of classic, super teams, science team up, sort of thing. We got to go out and we got to fight a giant robot moth.
Oh yeah.
We're like, oh, we need the Science Ninja team.
Oh yeah.
The one thing I will point, I have pointed out and I've noticed is they always make sure to like get a panty shot in there with.
You're so toxic. How dare you?
There's an anime that has a great explanation that is the Schrodinger panties.
Explanation, they say.
In some mangas, it's better when they don't have panty shots because that way you can call them the Schrodinger panties. Maybe they are not even there.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe with these ones, I don't think the panties are even there. But why don't you be the judge for me?
You be the judge, chat. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm begging you again so we can be toxic. Oh, good old Billy Tushy right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're gonna
would say
chat with full of dudes with boners because of this one.
That's rounded up for inflation, right?
But that's not the only. That's not the only she got, because I got a couple more of these, and especially with my shop being half off on all the back issues, I was like, well, yeah, of course I'm gonna go pick up a couple more. And
nice.
Who do you think she's fighting?
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
Judgment Night. Wait a minute.
That's a really good cover.
I haven't even broken into this one yet. Let's go ahead and crack her open. Let's find out what's happening.
Crack her open. I'm gonna go get my Blood Ruth covers while you do that. They're not far, so go ahead and show off the shots.
Okay, what you got? Okay. While we talk, let's talk about something. So, yeah, that inflation. Can you show it again? Oh, wait. What you got?
This is indeed the She Wolverine crossover.
Wait, they cross over?
Oh yeah, she had apparently done a number of crossovers. Like there's
no. You didn't get the dirty joke.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, don't worry. Ooh, that is really good, man. Who is the illustrator again?
Billy Tucci.
Huh.
Yep, Billy Tucci. Dick turns off the gun because he needs to. Make life hard. All right, I'm beginning you again.
I'll be honest. I don't quite know how I feel about like the Wolverine mask close up here in Billy's style.
Ooh, I'm not wild about that. I don't like seeing the pupil of the eye. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a wide-eye guy.
That's
no disrespect to Billy Tucci. He's a really talented artist, obviously, but that's one of his few mistakes in my eyes. But to be fair, I could do the same thing a lot of us where I love them. But they once in a while they make their mistakes.
Okay, this is actually really interesting. We got the two of them fighting, but then we gotta stop. It's like, wait right here.
Wait,
no, that's a shot.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yep.
Stabbed right in the tit.
Wolverine really had to go for that shot. Obviously. I mean, because what a shock.
This is actually like a game.
Oh?
Where you're rolling dice to like determine the outcome. In a comic book. I really did not know what to expect going into this, because every single page is now just here's more dice roll results, so you can determine how this goes. Are you gonna thrust? Are you gonna block and chop? Are you gonna off balance?
Thrust. Wow. Billy
really
Tucci.
Good pages.
Hey. I wonder why you feel that way, Pablo. I wonder why.
Oh.
I'm a fan of shapes. Yep. And angles. That is a great angle.
That's what we like to call an acute angle.
Yep.
Oh.
Do we have any other good ones in here? But
I love when comics go over the top when they don't need it.
You never have to, but it's always great when you do. Always great. Always.
I'm an enjoyer, almost a connoisseur of garbage at this point, right? I found a series that actually goes really well with my taste of absolute demented garbage. That is the 100 Girlfriends That Loves Me really, 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 really much. And is a stupid show about a guy that the god was watching a telenovela while he was creating him. So he gave him 100 soulmates instead of one. And now he's basically getting soulmates as Pokemon. It's just every episode he gets another, and it's stupid as hell, and I love it because there's actual references to Dragon Ball Z, to the fights on Dragon Ball and shit like that. That is, it's garbage. It's wonderful.
It's garbage. It looks like that's Amanda Connor's art. I'm begging you. Yeah, that's Amanda Connor's art. For those who don't know, Chad, that's obviously Jimmy Palmiotti's wife right there, and she definitely knows how. She's really good at drawing toxic shots. Amanda Connor is really good at that.
So this was on sort of their recent releases shelf, but this was a book that did get a Kickstarter campaign. I think I actually have it, but I was like,
I think it was a few years ago. It did.
I don't have this cover, and come on, look.
She did a very toxic cover for it was either issue 14 or 15 of the newest Conan the Barbarian run during the she was issue 14 or 15. Amanda Connor did a very toxic cover, so she's really talented at those covers.
And I mean, all things considered, here
she knows male toxicity pays off.
That's actually some fantastic.
That's a good way to die. There's honor there.
Holy crud! Eric! Whoa! Eric, die! Dude! Ah! He says for $50! Vegas, baby! You and Jake D both straight up. Jake brought me over the line, and you're just like, I'm just going to make sure you go even over the line. Holy crud, Eric K. When I see you in person, this is what it's going to be like. That's what it's going to be like. Holy crud, Eric. Thank you for the $50 as we show you male toxicity at its absolute finest. Dude, I cannot wait to hang. We're officially hanging out. I'm glad I booked the dates. I will book my flight after the show tonight. That is, holy crap. That is so crazy. Oh my goodness.
This has been the best deal of my life.
Yeah, some say it's the best deal. Oh, Eric K gets comic book Bobs for that super. Dude, yeah, right. He does get comic book Bobs for that one. He really does. Eric, thank you, dude. Love you, man. Like Jake D as well. You guys are awesome. We're making sure that Nick doesn't miss it this year. Because, yeah, this will be the last year I can do it for quite a bit. So we're going to make sure it's fun. I'm going to make sure I come in Wednesday evening. We'll hang out. I know you'll already be there. I'll get in there on time for Wednesday evening. We'll hang out and we'll go off for a night in the town. It's going to be great. Oh, I can't wait to hang out with the great Eric K. Steve Mitchum, if you're out there, I'm coming, dude. And it's going to be diabolically huge. It's going to be huge. I'll see you soon, Steve, Eric, Jake D. Man, $150. I said for over a week. Well, I might have to throw you some gas money my way to scoot me from the airport. I know I'm sitting out in the open now. I was like, I just put the pressure on you. I got you, Eric. I'll pay for the ride. Please be my Lyft, my Uber. I will spot you, homie. As long as you don't got anything important, of course. Otherwise, I'll happily pay for a Lyft. But holy crud. Anyways, that was fucking wild. $150 between Eric K and Jake D. Madmen. Got, once again, cover A. Looks really nice, by the way. I'll grab you from the airport, no problem. All right. Well, I guess it's set in stone. Erica's picking me up from the airport. Blood Ruth #1. Can't wait to read this. And, of course, this was really, like, the big one for me. Seeing the black and white edition. Obviously, that's Deborah Carita's cover. She's from Yaira. and she really nails the black and white. I know, so I do really like her touch on it. I can't wait to read the story because it's like this type of character needs to have a horror story, and I have a feeling it's gonna be good. What's up, Abigor? How you doing, dude? Nice to see you here, sir. Abigor, right? Abigor Rise, indeed. Oh man. I just got Bloodruth, and I'm gonna be all caught up, and get that bonus review of Arc Athena, which once again, read Arc Athena. It's good. Iconic Comics has some good shit going on too, and I'm glad to say I am here to see that success rise. And apparently, Eric Canetti is supposed to cross over with Common America once Arc Athena wraps up. So is that a shared universe? Is it? Is it not? Or is it just for fun crossover? I don't know. Do I get to be that Yogi brother? I don't know, boo boo. That Common America and that Arc Athena looks good on Iconic Comics. But Yogi, isn't it too soon for a crossover? Well, if Mr. Ranger says otherwise, I will fuck that bitch up, boo boo.
So, speaking of Common America, I got my shipping notification for my copy of Common America Volume 10.
You gotta show that shit off when you get it. You gotta show that shit off when you get it.
And they have consistently been one of the best performing indie comic companies. They are up there with Rippaverse because they will get books out like 2, 3, 4 books out a year. Mm-hmm. It is like clockwork. I mean, heck, the last time I had I think for Volume 9, they also included an additional little comic that. Do I have it right here?
Do you? Do
I have a comic?
That was good. That was good.
I do.
Yeah.
Not only with the book.
Common ramen? Is that like a common and ramen noodles crossover?
Yes. So they introduced a whole like group of secondary characters, and they've started to like go ahead and add in like, in addition to the main campaign, we'll put in this little like one-shot comic with the other characters, and it even included a little poster of them like fighting the little ramen cup monster.
Nice.
Ooh, dude, that's actually really killer. Mm-hmm. I actually tried some Japanese version of a ramen today. I was with my oldest daughter grocery shopping. We tried a Japanese version of ramen, and it was super spicy. It was fucking good though.
Dude.
It was really good. She's like, I want to get this down. I'm like, yeah, let's get it. And then she comes home. She wants to make it right away. So I'm like, okay, you're old enough now. You can get the oven, the stove going. Go ahead. And she gets to work, gets the bowl ready for Dad. And also I'm like, okay, let's see what's up here. And I'm like, this is really good.
That's awesome.
Toxic. All right, I'm beginning you again for toxicity points.
Oh yeah. They've got a winner here.
Yep.
Oh, and she's gone on to be one of my favorite characters out of the whole franchise, because there's sort of this wholesome innocence to the character that doesn't feel exploitative, even though you look at it and realize she's
the smile is genuine. It's a genuine smile. That's why the smile, it comes from a very happy place.
Oh.
All right, I'm beginning you again because this chat is not going to complain if I do this again. So I know our chat, I know our toxic men, and well, I'm a capitalist. I go where the market goes a lot of the times, and the chat is gonna want this. So I do it for the fans. I do it for the fans. Damn it.
Oh, Vince, there's actually quite a few brands of ramen that come from China. And before I got sick, I got to the point where I started eating this JML brand of ramen because it was really cheap. And at the end, I fell absolutely in love with it because the quality, the texture of the noodles and the sauce and everything is addictive, especially on the hyper spicy version. They have one that is cow's ribs and chili that is absolutely spectacular. And I miss it so much. And I really started eating that brand because it was the cheapest. It's the best. It's absolutely
Isn't that funny
the best.
how once in a while you'll get that rare thing where something cheaper is better?
Yeah.
It reminds me of a pair of tires I got for my car. It was one of those rare times where I got cheaper tires. Usually I don't, but that was one time. Someone was like, that's actually one of the best brands of tires. I'm like, really? I'm like, I'm a little concerned getting it because they're cheaper. They're like, no. You want this brand of tires. I'm like, it was this brand called BF Goodrich. And I looked into them. I'm like, oh, okay, they do have a good reputation with tires. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to. Oh, dude.
Look at this little guy. How could you say no to like the ramen cup mascot getting his own little plushie? Who, by the way,
that's it. Plushie show off. We're showing off plushies. Oh, you can open yours up.
You can store ramen inside of you.
Yes,
that's great. And those are the big bowls.
Plushie show off. That's it. It's plushie show off. I really like this plushie. It's badass.
I do store some things in here. Like I keep a little flask.
Dude, if I get that from my oldest daughter, even if she had no idea who the character was, she'd be happy just because it's a ramen plushie. She'd lose her shit. You gotta shoot me a link to that. I gotta show her
that Nick thought about his daughter, and instead I was like, that's a great place to hide weed.
Dude, you gotta say she loves ramen. I won't touch.
Cash.
Yeah.
High roller. No. She likes like regular ramen, cheap ramen. I can't stand it, but I buy it for her because she eats it. She's gonna eat it, whatever. I'll spend it. It's like, yeah, sure, it saves me money, but I'm the type where I don't mind spending more money. He'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be back. I think that was a genuine thing. And I'm like, really, you like this? But then when we had that Japanese version that was super spicy, like, okay, this I like. And it was not much more expensive. And I'm like, Aria, let's get this more. And she agreed with me. I'm really glad that we did. Yeah, right. He said you put your weed in there, and all of a sudden Caster got kicked out. The dead man. Hello to you, sir. Expensive is not always better. Yeah. I know. And then I saw. So what's up, the dead man? TZ. I only have Comics Division as my plushie because. Well, of course, it's got to be Comics Division. I'm his TNT. Abigail said, "Did you see that Tim Vigil has a new crowdfunding Kickstarter for his new kind of gothic movie that I did not? I'll have to look into that. Thanks for letting me know, dude. What happened? Did the Fed try to come for you?
Apparently, I got a little too I got a little too big for my britches. Started flashing some fat cash, and it decided, no, we can't do that.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
But I was trying to pull up and see if they did still have this little guy available. And I think he is available in like a bundle with like with a few other things for like
okay, but it's available.
Yes.
Oh, Vince, you even with the Comics Division. I have been around Comics Division in person. I'll tell you what, man. Comics Division and Culture Casino are the exact same height. Exact same height. I said what I said. And when I'm in Vegas, now that I'm officially solidified, thanks to Jake D, Eric K, D. Bud Martin, Steve Mitchum, Nick the Greek, Ginger Ninja, and the rest of you lots, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to get my phone out. And when I'm at that meetup and I see both of them, I'm gonna record them next to each other. I'm gonna do a head to head. You guys are gonna see that Comics Division and Culture Casino are the same height.
Is that rounded up or rounded down?
That depends on how you see it. That's going to be all depend on how you see it. Now that angle is a little bit harder to argue. No, trust me. Like, Culture's ass isn't the only thing that has problems. Because he's a Fartosaurus Rex. So, I know. We really just loved it. Thought see that. Oh, you just didn't notice. Conks lives in that closet Gary's out. Yeah, but see, they can fight Culture in there too. Just saying. I'm telling you, they're the same height.
It's a big closet.
Same height. I'm probably slightly taller than both of them, and then Brahma is taller than me, and then Toxic Man-Flu and So Talks a Lot are taller than both of us. With I think Tox being the tallest of us all. Tox looks like and Tox gave me a $50 Rumble Rant a few days ago. Shout out to Toxic Man-Flu. Tox looks like he's a really tall man. Which I gotta get in touch with Tox, by the way. We got pizza to eat. That's Detroit style in Illinois. Tox, yeah, he was a $50 Rumble ranter. How tall is tall? Tom's probably around my height, maybe an inch or two taller. Yeah, he's taller than Comics and Culture. I'll tell you that. He's taller than both of them. I don't know if you have Instagram, The Dead Man. I do say on purpose, on purpose. That's not on accident. But I am on Instagram, and there's a photo of me, Tom, and Gary Nerdrotic on there. And on that photo, maybe you know what? I'll dig for it for you, because you know what? Once again, why not? Why the fuck not? So, okay, I'm getting it up. I'm getting it up.
Okay.
I'm all right. I found it just for you because I love our chat.
Just clip the audio, please.
D was like, I'm short, so it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, see, that's the right attitude to go about it. It's from my Instagram. And let me check my links here.
It's fun that for you guys, you talk about some heights as...
There we are. Me, Gary, and Tom Connors. And of course, Tom has his Michelangelo TMN t-shirt, which I really wanted. And there's Gary Nerdrotic. And then there's me in back of Gary. Huh?
Gary is really tall.
Gary's taller than me. I may look the same height in this photo, but I'll be the first to be honest and say Gary's most definitely taller than me. I will happily admit now, Gary is definitely taller than me. So, Gary's a great guy. His wife is just as great. Melissa's awesome. Most of you out there listening, what's up? No, seriously, awesome family, and love them both. And of course, I gotta love Tom. How can you not love Tom? One of the best men I know. So, there you go. That's a stream. But this was at the Milwaukee meetup in 2023, November 2023. So, there's your photo right there. Let me know. Bring it down. Oh, I'm still getting used to how all this shit works around here. But anyways, aside from heights, we were talking about comics for a bit. We were actually talking about comics. Oh, too good. Oh.
Yeah, but then...
We were talking, Caster, before you arrived. Me and Paul will talk about the upcoming Daredevil Born Again show. You're saying we should talk about the Born Again comic for an episode.
Yeah.
Like, would you spend the first hour talking about it for a show? What do you think? You want to do it? You want to talk Daredevil Born Again?
I can't think of a reason against doing it. Like, I say this is a year. Like, we're already 2 months down. We might as well start getting into the swing and let's get into some comics. Let's knock out a couple of if not runs, we'll just dip our toes in.
I could do it whenever. Next week, the week after. You guys name the Friday, and I will say immediately yes. That's how ingrained with Daredevil Born Again I am. what do you guys let me know? And by the way, Penny, good night. Thank you for being here. You guys, yeah,
I'm
no,
already reading it,
you're
so
already
I
reading.
don't see
Oh,
why not. Dude,
you
it's a
want to do it for
pleasure.
next week? You want to do it? You want to do it?
Okay, the only reason why I'm not saying straight away, let's do it next week, is because it's a lot of issues.
Well, it's only
And
8, 9 issues.
there's a lot of text. So I don't want to make it too difficult for you guys. But if you can, I'm not opposed to the idea.
I'll do whatever. You guys name it whenever. Just saying. Just saying.
Dude,
Gary said he heard from someone that's seen Daredevil Born Again series is up and down. Well, I guess we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Either way, talk about the comic, worth it. Yeah, next week?
Yep.
All right. That's it. We're talking the Born Again comic next week. All right. The heat is on, and our lives are better fucking for it. I am looking forward to that. Of course, I can test that Nick Weiser might have been inebriated at that Milwaukee meetup, and it wasn't butterbeer. I had a lot of, I had a good amount that I didn't have the most I would normally have. I had a fair amount of alcohol, which is probably everyone else's night of I'm absolutely smashed on my ass. That's me. Is like that's my Tuesday morning. So I had a decent amount that night. That night I kept it fairly cool because a good amount of alcohol was consumed, but I still try to keep it mellow. That was my mellow night. I try to keep it mellow. Some people are like, for me, that's like trying to overcome World War III. For me, that's like, oh hi, what's up?
For you, it was the drunkest day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
The Dead Man for $1.99 says Nick cannot do a Price of Reason impression. Well, I mean, I could. It's just not good, but I love doing it, even though it's not good. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Hey, we should get Nick on the show. I don't think we could start the show without him, Tom. He says it's going to be huge. It's going to be diabolical. And it wouldn't be right to start the show without Nick. Our Midnight's Edge night shift it's not the same. No, not having Nick. So we have the trio, man. You, me. I meant, can you do, sir? Oh, it's all good. I love doing it, and he loves that I do it. So I love doing the when Tom does Nicolas Cage, I do Tom Connors doing Nicolas Cage. What's up, John Platt? How you doing, man? Oh yeah, it's funny doing the voice.
It's like we gotta go ahead and just get the voices out there.
Oh, we gotta get to the voices. I can't take this no more. I love comics. I love Superman. Don't you dare fuck with them Warner Brothers.
Well, so they have already.
Before we got too far away from it, I wanted to show this off just for a second to say. One of the main reasons why I love Common America is because she started off as a side character in a Trump parody comic.
No.
Well, mate.
No.
And in the name of the Constitution, I will vanquish you. It'll be such a vanquishing. People are going to see it and they're going to see, wow, you vanquished those guys so much.
Oh, that is hilarious. You vanquished those guys so much. Oh, the Dead Man says nobody ever. Dude, Script Doctor and Tom are hard voices to do. They're hard to do because neither is too high nor too low. They're just too impossible. You need to know when Tom did Nick Cage ranting about the NFL. Dude, I got to practice that one. That's going to take some practice.
Here,
that show, my side hurt. I thought at 37 years old, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. But anyways, Kieran, I see a girl who looks like Miss Marvel that's not Miss Marvel. Must be for copyright. And then I see an ice guy, and he literally has him made of ice, which is fucking hilarious. All right, please elaborate on this, Ironcaster.
So this was a comic that originated in like 2017, 2018 from Trump's first term.
Okay.
So there's a couple of things, if you look around, you see like, oh, look, there's Mike Pence.
Yes.
Up here, as he was supposed to be this like plucky little like upstart who's going to be his successor, kind of playing off of the My Hero Academia stuff. But
yeah,
and yes, of course, there's the ice. But up here at the very top, we have this woman who was supposed to be a stand-in for Carol Danvers, which, you know, if you rewind the clock back to then, that was where she was really coming into prominence from a lot of attention, especially thanks to the movie coming out. And so instead of having Carol Danvers, it's what was it? What was her name? Carly.
Carly Vanders.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, so Carly Vanders, totally different character, who's gone on to become this own separate entity in itself. That's gone on to become more than just a simple parody. This Walmart character, unfortunately, just kind of got sort of put away and put up on a shelf, and they are not really doing much more with the character because, well, the joke kind of ran its course. But how can you help but love like just how dumb they put this stuff in there? As he's like, oh, we're gonna have him fight Bernie.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Burning Sanders.
when it's your own comic, that's a bit more like, okay, you're not throwing it to someone else's story. I can respect it when it's your own thing.
We are bird free. A real global genocide has never been tried before. And we will stay free. It'll work with the right leader in charge.
Six has yeah, and I don't even think she's from Wisconsin. I don't think she is, but she definitely has a thicker voice, that's for sure. All right, I got to hit the pisser really quickly. You guys keep babbling on about this Common America because I do have some thoughts on it.
All right. Yeah, it's just more like I said, this whole kind of bubbly, bright character that feels such a refreshing taste from all of just the modern nonsense we've been getting, especially with superheroes.
Yeah,
and that plus, well, I'll probably bring this back up when Nick's back, but just this idea that the character is female and doesn't shy away from wanting to be able to enjoy doing, you know, traditionally female things. She's a character likes making clothes. She likes to she wants to become a fashion designer in her own right. So she's gonna be dealing with that a bit, and she's, you know, just kind of a character that you could easily introduce to a lot of girls to be told to be who you are. Don't be afraid of liking things that other people are telling you you can't enjoy.
well, that's the fun of characters like that. That normally you get mostly joke-ish female characters, or you get just the sexy character. But when you get both of them right, is exactly what happened with She-Hulk, for example. She-Hulk is sexy and is fun enough that you can take her just for the jokes and don't care about the sexiness. The sexiness is just that extra. And I think Captain America has gone in that route. I have read not the main comics, but a lot of the side comics that they release, and this is really good.
Have you seen the web comic?
Yeah, exactly. But that's just side comics. Is the issues that they release? I think they have a central plot that actually makes more sense and everything.
Yeah, it's doing a good job of playing the modern day landscape, I feel, for entertainment, because they're putting out some free stuff that's giving people that constant little taste of these characters that in its own right can draw people in who might become a fans of that, while maybe not necessarily ever really realizing that there is a larger product available, even though they will be sure to inform you that we have the new Kickstarter coming up. The next volume is going to become available. So, come check out the main comic line.
There's a Colombian guy that has a web comic series and also sells comics that is called Living with Hipster Girl and Gamer Girl, something like that. It's just
yes.
Yeah, it's just sexiness. You have seen it. Okay. Actually, it's really good. A lot of
what's really good?
There's a web comic called Living with Hipster Girl and Gamer Girl.
Yeah.
It's fun, but is really sexy. And has been doing exactly that.
Toxic.
Just getting people into buying stuff through the web comic. But the web comic is really good, so you go for the purchase because you're already there and it's really fun.
So as you can see, they've got an omnibus together that has the first 4 volumes as a reprint, available for $60. So at the end of the day, we're talking $15 per volume, which
that's amazing.
Given the current page count and what we see with a lot of Kickstarter comics, that's actually a super affordable price.
Oh yeah, dude, that's insane. That's fucking awesome, is what that is.
But one thing I did want to hit on, I don't know if you caught this when you went out. The character is not afraid to enjoy doing a lot of more traditionally female things. Carly, as a character, loves to be able to do fashion. So like, oh, here's some of her styles, her taste, and some of her friends that are donning the styles. And at first, there's kind of characters who come along and would tell her like, no, you have to enjoy doing the things that, like, boys tell you that boys would like. Like, she's like, no, I don't want to play baseball. I want to like make dresses. So the character is not afraid to go do the things she likes in the face of what other people are telling her to enjoy. So I think from that perspective, it's a good comic that you could even introduce to, to children.
Yeah, or at least you can justify it that way when you talk with your wife.
Oh, that's fucking great.
But the art style draws a lot of inspiration from anime, which is incredibly popular. It's hitting a lot of the right marks in terms of marketing.
No, it's good. So you mentioned earlier she was a side character in the Walmart.
That was the original origin, yes.
That's cool because that's, once again, it's a proof that sometimes when a character takes off and people respond to a character, you lean into it.
Oh yeah.
Because, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, hey, I originally wrote this story for this, but this is what people are responding to. And yeah, we can always have a discussion whether Walmart did or did not run its course. And to be fair, it sounds like it did for the idea it's trying to be. But it seems like it was meant to run its course because this is the thing that was really, truly being this thing that was spun out of it. And it seems like it's worked out for them since then to do that. I see it there. I see that plushie. I see it. I see it. You can't hide from me.
It is a great little piece. And also, with that in mind, one of the characters down here, the Common Ramen, who has that little side comic, they made a little standee that you can sit on top of the ramen to like keep the lid down. So when you have your hot water like cooking the noodles, it's you can just set her on top of that, and there you go. And yes, I did see that Kickstarter for the Zine Scope. They're for a Van Helsing, which is probably one of my favorite characters that they've put out.
No, what is Zenoscope? Is that, what company is that?
Zenescope Comics does a bunch of comics that take advantage of public domain. They're probably best known for the Grimm's fairy tale comics.
Oh, okay, cool. Now I had to remember that. That's good to know. John Platt. We got two Johns here. Jonathan Conroy, John Platt. Comic shopping for my collection. I picked up some Fantastic Four issues, Captain America, first issue of Mike Nuts, which I was really happy to get, so I wanted to get to it for. Dude, please, hey, keep me updated on how your run goes, man. What were you getting for Fantastic Four? Was it Hickman, John Byrne, Stanley, Jack Kirby, or where were you at? Which run? Or are you just trying to do the whole thing, or someone else completely? Let me know, brother. Let me know. It's freaking awesome. Oh man, I'm trying to think if we got anything else. Because I think we got like 10, 15 minutes. We can wrap it up and call it a night for the dudes. I'm just trying to think of anything else because I know next week I don't have a big week. I just have Void Rivals and Ultra Mega next week for comics. Unless you got something major.
Not in particular. I sadly kind of wound up dropping the Savage Sword of Conan.
Okay.
Just because it's being the larger format of the book is a little harder to put into the collection. I enjoy it.
Those having
it's a little too huge for me.
That's what
for me.
Yoga is for.
I'll make an extra homework. That's more for me.
Just make it a couple of weeks of yoga and try it then.
Wow!
It's a flexibility thing.
Wow!
Like, I don't know if it's gay unless you like make eye contact. Wow.
Barbecue, huh? How do you like your ribs?
Oh, that was something special, right? It was huge, dead man, huge.
By the way, there's something that we haven't done today. Do you have?
For the chat, you know what?
Yep.
Yes, we haven't, and considering that we're over almost 2 hours into the show, and lots of crazy psycho super chats and rumble rants. Chat, this is for you, and thank you all for getting me to Vegas officially. We're going to go to Vegas, and we're going to go out big. I can't wait to hang out with Eric K. I can't wait to hang out with Steve Mitchum. Can't wait to hang out with Zax. I got to go to Metal Blade Records Museum. I got to see Slayer. I got to see Guar. A lot of historical merch. To Vince Womack, he's been here for a long time, dude. And it's a reunion of sorts because he hasn't been here a while. Cheers to all of you guys. Seriously, thank you all for taking the time to hang out with us.
Salud.
Vince said he still has to catch up with all the Johnny Universe comics on maybe third Tuesday. Yeah, I'm caught up, man. I'm loving Void Rivals is great. G.I. Joe is fucking awesome. Transformers is still great. Oof. I'm having a great time with all three of those series. I really am.
I am halfway through G.I. Joe. I just have not had the time to sit down and even finish that one issue. And I want to get to it.
You're seriously, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's really damn good. I'm really happy about it. Energon Universe is still kicking ass. I'm 2 issues now in for Aquaman from Jeremy Adams. That's kick ass. Flash Gordon is still kicking ass. 6 issues now in.
You say Aquaman is kicking ass? Huh.
2 issues in from Jeremy Adams. It's great.
Okay. Huh.
It's great. It's
to be
great.
fair, though, Aquaman has had some good runs in the past.
Like but current Aquaman has no.
Is where it's a bigger shock. Yes, Jeremy Adams Aquaman is why. That's why I gave Aquaman a shock because I love the character, but I also know some writers know how to blow with him. Even though some writers have absolutely nailed with him. Go ahead, take it away, Casser. You were saying.
Oh, I was gonna say the Peter David run of Aquaman was pretty good, but if you want to talk about something a little more modern, then the Rebirth Aquaman was fantastic.
Oh yeah, Dan Abnett, he killed it. I love what Dan Abnett did. I do too. I actually really enjoyed what he did with Aquaman during the rebirth. I was a
Oh,
fan.
never got to
To
read
me,
it.
I like Peter David more, but it was still solid where I could recommend it. If you're an Aquaman fan, I could recommend it. But Jeremy Adams, I feel like he's onto something really great here.
Nice.
So, and he's proven his worth. He's a proven DC, and for the first time, DC has an exclusive writer in over half a decade with Jeremy Adams. And I feel like that alone is actually, granted, that's late. It's like 2 weeks now, but that is news in that regard. They finally have a writer who's exclusive. He's still gonna write Flash Gordon, and now though he's tied down though with Green Lantern and Aquaman, and he's killer. He is a legitimately great writer. I would highly recommend if you're skeptical, go look up Mark Miller's Miller Time podcast with Jeremy Adams if you want to get a feel for him as a guy, as a personality. And you're like, okay, this guy's won my respect. I want to see what his comics are. It's a great first impression of Jeremy Adams. He loves comics. He loves the mediums. You could tell he writes characters he wants to write about too. That's another thing. He legitimately gets it. After all the hype I've heard about him, I can now see why people like him. The few people that are left reading DC, I get it. I absolutely get it. And that's why I'm like, I'm going to check out Flash Gordon. And Flash Gordon's kick-ass. Of course, you got Will Conrad on there killing on the art from Mike Barron's Gooding at Rippaverse as well. What's up, Kingsport Cal? Hi, Aquaman. Bye, Aquaman. That's a great comment. Nice to see you, Kingsport Cal. How you doing, dude? It's been a bit. You must be busy in the world. No, I would really definitely urge people to give Aquaman a look. Really give it a look. It's great because Jeremy Adams knows what he's doing with this character. And it feels like he's trying to do something fresh. It feels like he's trying to do something fresh while still making it Arthur Curry as we know him. I mean, what a concept. Ooh, John Byrne. Okay, killer. Very good. I'll admit I've not read every issue of that run, but what I have read, admittedly more recently, is damn good. But that's not shocking. It's John Byrne. He does some great shit, especially on writing. Dude's a fucking master. Straight up A+. For me, though, but his She-Hulk, man, that shit is the chef's kiss. Straight up. John Byrne's She-Hulk, I will recommend all day and night. I'll recommend that shit in my sleep. I don't know. Pablo, do you got anything else?
No. Today was another great Dragon Ball Super episode. I guess
that's good.
It was, dude.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku has been a lot of fun.
Not only that, the actual fight and the actual ending of the fight and some of the jokes, goddamn, you can feel the Toriyama here, and I love that. I absolutely love that. I don't know why the rest of the series. I watched the whole series in like a day and a half because it's really short, really easy to digest. You can just watch it, and most of the series was boring. These 3 episodes have been a blast. Every joke lands, everything lands. The fight at the beginning of the episode is just a constant fight. They don't have an opening, they don't have anything. They just have this really, really good Goku Super Saiyan 4 fight that the animation, if you know about the anime, the Sakuga is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm in love with that part. The jokes, every single joke is great. There's another great Bulma moment, and the fact that we had 2 weeks of Bulma being crazy and over the top, and that being the best joke. Last episode, goddamn, Vegeta knows what's really important in life.
He straight up got told, if you don't stop fighting, I'll never take a bath with you again by his wife.
So he just abandons the fight right there. it's a great moment. It's an Akira Toriyama moment. And this week they have another good Bulma joke that lands perfectly. I miss old school Dragon Ball. For me, best Dragon Ball is original Dragon Ball.
Same.
Because of the jokes, because of the adventure, because of all that good character, and it's back, and it gives a lot of love to the fans.
It
Yeah.
feels good to have for Toriyama's last thing to be before he passed away was
Exactly.
giving us that classic Dragon Ball feel.
Is a great time. It's a great connection with my childhood, so I cannot not love it, and that's what frustrated me about Super. I didn't love it. It was full of issues. This is full of reasons to watch it again, and at least 3 episodes that I will just come back and watch in a couple of days or months, or it's something that I can watch whenever and enjoy it. Also, One Piece got a really great issue this week.
Oh.
I gotta go catch up.
Oh yeah. Does the name Loki means anything to you?
Yes. Oh, I think I might only be like 1 or 2 chapters behind.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, about Loki. There's Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's as much as I'm willing to say without spoiling the
That's
fuck out of
fine.
it.
I will catch up before I die. and I'm sure it's be fucking great. I'm sure it will. I'm not gonna argue or dispute that. Core member says last burn I bought was the death of Superman. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say something. That was Dan Jurgens. Dan Jurgens goes uphill. His rebirth Superman stuff he did for the book Action Comics really ascends because he shows you when he gets it right, Superman being amazing and badass and being ultra heroic, ultra great. Action Comics Rebirth 2016 core member. Since I see you got the avatar, I had to throw that in there for I got core member. D-Bud says the Doctor Doom stories are the best. I've not read those, but I believe you. I absolutely believe you. And Mohammed, what's up, dude? Says, by the way, Iron, I am watching Space Sheriff Gavin almost done. I've really slowed. You slow down, dude. You were on breakneck speed reading 800,000 comics. It's okay if you slow down. It's okay if you do. You only read X amount of books the last year. Just saying.
Oh, dude, you're getting to the Metal Heroes, dude. You're going in for some deep cuts. Bravo, sir.
I tell you, that man, he goes in. He goes in. Ladies, watch out. Muhammad says a true lady killer.
So, buddy, if you're going down the tokusatsu route, then of course you're talking to the right man here because I've certainly become a big fan of it the last few years. Since Marvel decided to stab us all in the back and tell us we weren't good enough to be their fans, be their customers, I said, all right, I'm going to go fight some other superheroes. And I will tell you guys, like you really can't go wrong with something like Kamen Rider, especially Kamen Rider Geats, which has been my homeboy. Which surprisingly Shout Factory decided to go ahead and put available for us all over on Toku, over on Shout Factory, Tubi. So I say just watch an episode, let me know what you think. Tell me I'm wrong about it being great.
Ooh.
And I'm throwing that one out to you too, Nick.
Oh,
the gauntlet is thrown.
No, I feel like the gauntlet's thrown. I feel like I couldn't even catch it. Like, hot dog, dude. I'm like, this guy's throwing it at me too? What the hell did I do? What the hell
look at
did
that.
I do?
D-Bud is backing me up.
Oh, outside of Ultra Mega next week. Okay, Nick, I'm out. See you Tuesday. I'll see you, man. I'll see you. Outside, I just realized outside of Ultra Mega and Void Rivals, I'm gonna give the Herculoids a shot.
Nice.
Oh, is that coming out next week?
That's next week.
All right, I'm there.
Needs to be good.
It
I want a
better be
future full of Herculoids.
damn good. I'm gonna sue a bitch.
Dude,
and I will. Don't put
I
it past
can
me.
sue-
I will sue a bitch.
Do sound effects from the original Hanna-Barbera show.
Uh-huh.
That blow for the shot for the I forget the name of the rhinoceros kind of monster, but when shots from his horn, there's this sound, this specific sound. I don't know. Is I hear the Herculoids and I can hear the songs from the show in my head. That's it. It's full of nostalgia from a reason that I cannot even comprehend. I love that show. So knowing that there's a comic coming up is really good. And if it's good enough to make a lot of people happy, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe just making a short TV show.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Warner, maybe you have the rights. You can just
make it fucking happen.
Yep.
You could say it. Just make it fucking happen.
I will
Just
love
make
it.
Fucking happen. Straight up, full stop. Just make it happen. It's okay. It's okay.
It's really difficult. God damn it. I was going to say it's really difficult to fucked up a really manly series like the Herculoids. But then I remember He-Man and I'm like, oh yeah, Netflix.
All right. We got a $5 Rumble rant from TZ. He says, Nick, when is the Vegas trip? If you see the orange man there, just tell him it's huge. Vegas trip is the meetup. The night of the proper meetup is Thursday, April 17th. So I'm gonna make sure I'm in on the 16th. So I would love to hang out. If there's a lot of people, my goal is I want to see as many people out there the night before get together and let's go get some pizza. I've been watching a bunch of Dave Portnoy's One Buy Pizza reviews, all on Vegas pizza. I want to get an idea of the few best places, and I'll make up my mind. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to bring an army with me. I'm going to bring that army to that one pizza place. So, TZ, if you're coming out, I would love to hang out with you. That's no question. If you go, I'll straight up I'll give you my phone number and we can talk. I'm that dead serious on it, by the way. And core member Greg Conn said it wasn't burned, stuck that info in my birth. Yeah, Dan Jurgens. Both great, nonetheless. I mean, you're getting quality riders either way you go. And dude, right? Yeah, we do. We're overdue for a new comic on the Shadow. We really are. I've been really going back and reading Howard Chaykin's The Shadow from the '80s. So that's something I've been meaning to get a hold of, and I'm gonna let you know how I feel once I revisit it again. But guys, and they're still recovering their trend. Okay, hey, no questions, man. I get it, but I'm just saying. If it ever happens, you let me know, and I would be glad to arrange some shit. But hey, I wish you the best for your wife, TZ. May she rest as well as she can and keep on the recovery path. She'll get there. She will. She's gonna make Mike Tyson proud. She'll make you proud. I know that had nothing to do with Mike Tyson. I just want to say it because it sounded cool. But guys, we're gonna get
his wife. She's got the big fight in here.
Yeah, I hear that, TZ's wife is really nice, and, I would really like to hang out with her, get some tea, then get some coffee after, and then meet Mr. TZ, and they're like, hey, let's go get some Lou Malnati's pizza. Yeah, that sounds really good. All right, she's doing good. May she continue to get to the finish line, brother. May she continue, but gentlemen, we're gonna call it a night. Obviously, I'll plug my plugs first. Once again, guys, thank you for the Rumble rants and the super chats. I'm going to Vegas. Thanks to all of you guys. I'll make sure I book within the next week, maybe 10 days at most. I'll show a receipt showing that I booked it and knowing that that was done because of you guys. So I will prove that it's being done. I'm not going to be Zelensky. I'm not just going to run off the money. I'm never to be seen or heard from again. Yeah, I just did that, and I will do it again. So thank you guys, Susie, so much. Steve Mitchum, TZ, Deeple, Eric K, Jake D, Steve Mitchum as well. Lots of Toxic Man Flu, Dead Man, Nick the Greek. There's so many of you that help contribute. D Bud. I'm missing names. I'm sorry. It's just there's a lot of names that really help contribute to make this happen. Matt House did as well. And I thank all of you, including the names I forgot. And I'm sorry for doing this. It really does mean a lot. And it helps me know I'm going to make this trip happen for the people. That's why I do this. And that's why I'm going to continue to do this. So that all said, keep your eyes and ears open. Vegas meetup. I will be there next week. Obviously, we'll be back here. We're going to talk Daredevil Born Again, the comic. I'm fucking excited for that. Be ready for that shit. And I will have my Daredevil video out next week as well on 5 comics to read before you dive into the show. So that will be out next week. And, of course, Toxic Tuesday is taking a skip week. And that skip week will be dedicated to talk about the first 2 episodes of Born Again. And then the week after that, we'll come back for Toxic Tuesday, talking the movie Crank with Jason Statham, because there's a new Jason Statham movie coming out in March, so why not cash in on some Statham for the month of March? So lots coming up on my channel. And the next step is working on what I got to do so I can get shirts out so I can help make heroism great again. Thank you again, chat. Thank you for the drinks, the shots, the love, the member chats. Oh, member stream coming up next Saturday as well. Next Saturday afternoon. It's going to be happening, and it's going to be diabolically huge. I'm going to let these gentlemen plug their plugs on the way out, starting off with Ironcaster.
Guys, this has always been a pleasure. This is one of the big highlights I have to end my night on and end my week on. So, Nick, Pablo, thank you for the time. And everyone out there in the chat whose names I try my best to remember, but there's only so much space up in the member bags I can hold for all that. But again, thank you guys for making us part of your week, because this is because you're just as much a part of ours. That said, if you want to see a little bit more of me, come over to my channel on Monday nights for the Mech Pit Chat, where we talk about big robots and a little bit of other pop culture fun stuff. So, come on by. We'll have some fun. I don't know. We'll find some big robots, and I will continue to argue why mecha as a genre only works when it's like 2 dudes. Like you put women anywhere near the cockpit, and it just sucks. No one gives a shit.
The man, the Ironcaster, has spoken. You put them in the cock, and that's all that matters. Thank you, RK, for plugging Ironcaster's plugs. Thank you for plugging Caster's plugs. Caster, it's been good and divine and fulfilling and pleasuring. I can't wait to talk Daredevil Born Again, the comic, next week. I'll see you soon, sir. As always, we'll be chatting between now and next week. I know we will. That's
of course.
That's a damn given. And before we plug on to Pablo, guys, go read Nightclub 2. It was fucking awesome. It was a damn great sequel. And if you're thinking, should I read Nightclub 1? Well, you don't have to. But should you? Yeah. You're talking 12 issues total. You can blaze through it. I believe in you all. I believe in all of you. Because Nightclub is great, and then Nightclub 2 is even better. So, boom, bitch. All right. Pablo.
Hey, more videos coming to I did this week was the Caitlin Kennedy leaving. Sadly, is no longer relevant. But there's a joke that makes me really, really happy there. That is just that scene of Kylo Ren saying, let the past die, kill it if you have to. And then after that, I added just from an episode of Star Trek. Uh, Bones saying it's dead because
It's that
yeah,
Jim.
the
Kill it.
past Star Wars of the past they killed it, and it's really
Mhm.
really sad. Uh, um, Also, if you want to hear me talk in Spanish about the things that I love, especially mostly video games, because that's how the conversation has been going for some reason, and actually, I'm really enjoying it. Uh, Thursdays, we are doing a show with my best friend on Midnight Español, 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's called La Tangente, and we just basically go through the tangents and talk about random shit. Again, for some reason, mostly video games because it's wonderful. Video games of yore is one of the best things ever, and I'm talking about not only the really, really known games, but some obscure classics like Restart that people don't really give a shit about, and I love. Uh, that's it. Is just a couple of friends talking about things that they love. That's the show. Yeah, guys, I have this night to talk about something that I really, really enjoy. That is comics, and the fact that I can be really thinking about a comic and randomly appears in the conversation,
Uh-huh.
it makes me really happy. I was reading Born Again just for the hell of it, just because the show is coming. And today we had a good chat about the show. And next week we are having a chat about the book. So I'm really happy about that.
As
I
you
love
should,
comics
Pablo.
and I love having you guys to talk about comics.
Oh,
And I
feelings are
love that
mutual.
that sounds like Nick is based. Yeah,
I'm
sound
not. This is
effects
a
are
celebration.
great.
Nick, for
Yeah.
shame, you really got to control yourself.
I had to throw the drink. No, Pablo. It's been fucking awesome. Just talking. It's been awesome discussing and theorizing on what's going to happen with the show. I can't wait to talk about the comic based off the show of the same name next week. I love talking comics with you guys. It's a conversation that never gets old. It's clear that when we three are together, obviously when we have the other dudes, it's great too. But it's clear that we have a good thing going on here, and we always make the show great. And it seems we have a really enthusiastic, energetic chat that shows up for it as well. And our lives are so much better for it because of. And Eric K, who's been a member for a huge 7 months, says KK brought in so much rot that is affecting the whole house. If she leaves, the
Yep.
rot will still make the house fall. Only thing to do is burn it down. I agree. Well, guys.
Can you imagine what it must be like to know that, like, your legacy, everything you've fought for, everything you've built up, everything you've spent decades of your life to achieve has all been destroyed by a single South Park clip?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
all
You
it
can
took.
ask Mark Hamill.
Yeah, right. No, dude, for real. That really made her
Yeah.
whole bullshit mainstream. South Park did it in less than a half hour. Mike has bad knees. What's up, dude? Long time no see on this show. Please catch the replay. We had a great show. It's the future's good. Also, my Blood Rouge plushie is badass. I can't wait to read the comic. I'm seriously stoked on that. Chat, once again, we're calling it a night. God, I want that plushie.
Yeah.
Bastard. You all have a good night. I'll see some of you on Tuesday, and I'll see the rest of you next Friday night. If not, on Midnight Edge After Dark, or all of the above. But until then, guys. Oh, Daredevil Tuesday night after the first 2 episodes premiere. This is it, guys. We're getting the fuck out of here. Goodbye, good fight, good night. Thank you again for your support. Thank you for getting me to Vegas.
It's like winning. I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed, I have one gear.